What's up, guys? It's Black, and you're bringing you some more RA content. Finally getting back into shoutcasting after that little interlude into map making guides and everything like that. In the bottom left, in his baby blue, it's RadicalCentrist playing as France. We've casted RadicalCentrist before. We didn't know what he's about. Pretty good player. He's definitely going to be, I think, the favorite in this match just because he plays a little bit more often. And speaking of his opponent, that's right. It's going to be Moods playing as Ukraine in his little red. Unfortunately for Moods, no more wine red. The dark colors are gone for now. Moods, of course, trying to play Raggle with the contingent that I Like Men will play Raggle. He had a lot of qualifying matches, that's why we're seeing him here. So anytime you get a chance to see a Moods game, it's definitely worth casting. You never know what you're going to get with this. This could be anything from high tier game to just absolute pure shenanigans. And we'll have to see. Looking down here, I can already see there's some shenanigans with RadicalCentrist playing as France, just making a wall of fake power plants. So that's going to be interesting. Looks like he's going to War Factory rush too. And the Mood's also going for a War Factory rush. So very out of the box meta on this map. Desert Strike. I've talked about this map before. Usually players go to the same side and it kind of ends rather quickly, so we'll have to see where it goes here. But nobody grabbing these first two oil derricks, which is very atypical on this map. RadicalCentrist really spending a lot of money on these fake power plants and the walls. I mean, that does add up. I think these are like 150 each. I think every, or maybe like they're a 10th, so they're 150, which is, no, I don't know how much they cost. Should look that up, I guess. But it looks like they're both very similar on these War Factory timings right now. Moves a little bit behind on his harvester count and switches it back into a flak, which is interesting. He's going to be really low eco, and you kind of need that extra harvester. You kind of need that extra harvester early on with this type of builds because you're going to run out of money really quickly, but there's ways you can kind of counteract that a little bit. And I'll have to see what goes on. He's going to scout, see that there's no oil taking from him. And RadicalCentrist is already up to that second harv. This is going to be really interesting. There's not much Moods can really do with his flak. He's could maybe kill some of these as fake power plants, but again, he should know that these are fakes. Nobody's going to have that many power playing this game seriously. Ranger coming out for RadicalCentrist. It's probably just going to go scout the scam saying, see that his oil derrick hasn't been taken, which should really clue you into something weird's happening. I would instantly go scout the base. Looks like this Ranger might actually die. It's going to be close. It's going to get away. Good use of the roads there to get away too. But yeah, as soon as you see this oil derrick isn't taken, you know that your opponent either has skipped racks and is going for a War Factory rush like you are, or he's doing some crazy rush and you probably want to see it. So I would instantly go and scout there. RadicalCentrist look like he's got his first rifles out, and then Moods is going engineer first. That is a little risky with this Ranger out there. It could easily get sniped, and this flak can't cover everywhere, but if RadicalCentrist keeps going around here, he's going to lose that Ranger, and it's definitely dead this time. So Moods is going to get away with his engineer first. No threat there. RadicalCentrist probably going to be building an engineer pretty soon. Looks like he's building medic. 2 medics. Oh, maybe he's just straight up skipping the engineer. Got his second light vehicle out now with the tank, so this flak is going to be a little bit more vulnerable. It should be okay for now. Probably going to get away with this engineer capturing and barely lose his flak. It's going to take 4 shots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it. Oh, and the engineer goes down, but he did get the cap, so he's not going to get his money back from the engineer, unfortunately, but he's going to get at least half of it back, I think. Now, you got to be watching with this new release. Stuff sitting next to oil derricks, even light tanks and heavy tanks, stuff like that, will actually take a significant amount of damage, so those explosions are big now. Like nothing crazy coming out here. I do like that he can still place that ref over that wall right there. That's really nice. And looks like Moods just went for 2 refiner, which is probably a little bit better. You don't need the extra harv that you're going to get with a 3rd refiner here, and it works out a little bit better for your MCV timing, but nothing too major. RadicalCentrist's MCV is out now, so he's just a little bit behind, just half an expansion, really. And they are expanding in opposite directions, it looks like, so this is actually probably going to be a great game. We'll have to see. Moods quickly moving out his main MCV, that's always interesting to see, although, okay, hey, I was going to say, if he's going to move it down to where his expansion is, that's not worth it. That light tank pays the price of knowing that Moods is there. And right now, RadicalCentrist is playing a little bit more passive, I think, and Moods is playing a little bit more passive than I expect him. He's usually a little bit more aggressive, but he hasn't played in a while, so probably a little bit rusty, not really used to his timings and everything, so. RadicalCentrist got his expansion MCV out now. Yep, transferring 2 harvesters over there, that's really nice. Yeah, he's probably transfer another one too, just because he has that 6th harvester from this 3rd ref. He's gonna do the same thing as Moods, although he's taking the inside, which I think is a little bit better. This is more sneaky. Hey, I don't want you to know that I'm here, which RadicalCentrist is actually not gonna see that, so this could actually play out really well. Easy way to stop this though is just to scout the ore with your rifles, and then you'll eventually see him when the harvesters come into view. But I do like he has another ranger out, and he's providing vision here, although Moods does have a lot of heavy tanks, so you could easily clean that up if you had him on attack move. RadicalCentrist is gonna have his MCV here. 4 harvesters over here is actually probably too many. One of them's eventually gonna want to go off because they're gonna tie up the ref. You can only have 3 harvesters on a ref at a time, so really should probably just pull. I think he's gonna pull one down there, and then you can pull another one down here if you really wanted. RadicalCentrist is gonna see this. The engineer is definitely barely gonna get away. And yep, see, perfect. He has that rifle on that scout, so he knows that Moods is actually here. That could send Q to, a little bit of rest. He knows there's some stuff over there, but, just a few rockets and maybe a tank just to sit on this, because he doesn't have the build radius. That's why it's a little bit better to build on the inside. You can have this pillbox right here. The RadicalCentrist is going to base push this side right here. That's going to be interesting. Moods doesn't have this on his radar, so if this is a turret coming up, which it is, this could be really good for a while, but there's a lot of army right here for both sides, and these tanks are a little bit out of position. Moods sees it. He's on attack move, but that tank actually went forward instead of course, his attack move, which was there. Very low racks count for both these players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you expect him to be up by 7 on this time there. This turret gonna kill that flame tower first, and it's gonna work on the harvesters really good, and he's going in here at the same time. So I think this is gonna go really well for RadicalCentrist. He's got a really good concave here. But he backs out. I don't know if that was necessary. He's got this nice little flank over here, but it is gonna be eventually spotted. And I think RadicalCentrist has enough army to back that up. But yeah, this turret's gonna do work, and he's got 2 pillboxes there too to cover this too. Both those rockets go down, so that army's wasted. Moods gets deflected there too, so I really think that RadicalCentrist could have gone in here and cleaned this all up if he wanted to, but if for some reason he backed off, maybe he was worried about the flame towers a little bit. He doesn't have a whole lot of rockets in there actually, so maybe that could have been part of it too. But 1 harvester goes down. Moods sells the ref, so these harvesters have to go over here, which is fine. You could probably take this corner one and keep them even. Look at really good engagement. This tank's in a bad position. Might get away. Yeah, it's gonna get away, but Moods is definitely free to push in there. It's gonna get a lot of value out there, especially if he just sits right there. Good target fire with the pillboxes, it looks like. Definitely sniping out all those rockets. But there's still 3 heavy tanks there. Ooh, an artillery, so we've seen a teacher transition. I completely missed that. It's still getting a lot of value with that. The artillery was pretty good, but yeah. These 2 heavy tanks are definitely going to get more value. And this army's coming down here, and RadicalCentrist doesn't see it. It's got a nice tank flank there. Got 1 harvester, probably going to get at least 2 more before Moods realizes it, but Moods finally feeling aggressive, and he's going to move out here. And if this army gets into this area, this could be dangerous. I'm surprised that RadicalCentrist doesn't have that much of an army value. I mean, he's about 5k behind, which is a little weird. I feel like he should have been ahead this game. Just let 1 harvester go down. Maybe this one if he focuses. There's no rockets there, so that tank's going to be able to stay for a while. Oh, there is the 2 artillery there. This could be really good for him. It's really bad for me. It's depending on how he wants to play this. Let's see how the artillery hits are. Oh, good hits, good hits. Next one. Oh, great hit. Yeah, those artillery were really effective. But there's no other army here for RadicalCentrist. That's his biggest problem. 1 more artillery goes off. Nope. Yeah, most of Moods' army is still alive, and all he really had was the medium tanks and artillery though, so that's bad. These fake power plants actually coming into handy. He's gonna find 1 real one there. Really nice pillbox position here. As soon as this armor tries comes in, it's gonna get squished. Yeah, Moods just dominating this game so far, looks like. Although this base push over here was really nice. So Moods' eco is probably a little bit in the gutter. Not terrible. This is going to be a nice surround. Finally, Moods' army going to get cleaned off, but yeah, Moods is at double the army value right now. Destroy loss relatively even, so it's just the army value that's all the difference right now. And then back to eco, it's about 5k more earned for RadicalCentrist, but that's not enough to make up this army value loss. Some more artilleries would be out, or some Blackhawks would be really good for this too. This Moods is on double ore factory. But I think this position is probably going to be okay for him to defend. This is a really nice pillbox right here. Ooh, and a turret. That's nice target fire there. But there's a lot of heavy tanks there. You need to switch over to 10.5 rocket density. I don't know what that engineer was for, but he's in the fight now. Radar is going to go down in just a second. Moves the base push in here. That was a really sneaky pillbox. I completely missed that, but it looks like it was getting a lot of value. Got an artillery out. Decent hit. Yeah, Moods is he's gonna get pushed back here, I think, just because of this little armor right here. RadicalCentrist did lose the radar, so that's unfortunate for him, but now he's got this nice little flank over here. If Moods isn't paying attention, he'll lose that MCV. And if RadicalCentrist isn't paying attention, he'll just completely sidestep the MCV, but getting the harvesters right there is probably fine too. Army value is getting much more even just because of the space push and this artillery. There's a lot of rocket density there, and even the mechanic, if you can capture the husk afterwards maybe, but we'll have to see what he really wants to do there. Oh, there it goes down in the back line, and it's just heavy tanks here. Looks like the little attack got cleaned up. And yeah, RadicalCentrist probably needs to expand down here since he's going to be out of eco. Moves his base push, finally deflected. He's still got 4 tanks left, and that heavy tank actually might kill that one before it kills it. So close. But oh, they might get a harvester on the way. Maybe if Moods is quick on it. These 2 rifles actually might kill a tank. We'll have to see. It looks like they're barely gonna miss it. Yeah, these heavy tanks are gonna come over here. Definitely gonna kill that harvester unless RadicalCentrist is really paying attention. Like you might have thought they went this way. Nope. It's there. The harvester is dead. RadicalCentrist getting pushed back here, but there is a lot of stuff here for Moods to deal with. Turrets aren't focus firing, and the pillboxes aren't microing, but he's still going to lose at least 1 heavy tank, 2 heavy tanks, maybe a 3rd one. Oh, looks like the turret's not firing on the right thing. That's unfortunate. I see a large army sneaking in through here, so this is going to be a really good angle of attack. 1 harvester down. Nope. Mood's really on top of his game, so that's really nice to see. Unfortunately, these heavy tanks finally going down. They did get a harvester, and it looks like they are going to clean up a few medium tanks, but yep, Moods has to sell out here. See which way RadicalCentrist wants to go. He's going to go that way towards the main base. I think that's a great idea. There's a lot of assets there to go and kill. RadicalCentrist getting pushed back here. There's a lot of stuff for him, and Moods is going to push down to the corner. I think that's a great idea too. Nothing else going on the map right now. Oh, a little flank over here, so Moods is definitely going to be hurt in the eco department pretty soon. This is pretty much his livelihood. If he can, make a lot of damage with this and not sustain him for a while, then that's his way back into the game. But I think RadicalCentrist started to swing this back. The army value is definitely up again. Those harvesters are going to get away for now. Is this artillery going to be good? Doesn't have any good targets yet. It's going to have a decent fire on this one. Not bad. Vet 2, that's going to be a really good shot. Oh yeah, that's the money shot right there. Another great shot. Artillery is actually going to get away too since it's Vet 2. As long as it keeps in that straight line, it'll be fine. I can see Moods has lost his front up here. That SD is very vulnerable. And he is going to take that bottom corner. I can see that on the minimap too, which is going to be really nice. It's going to actually sustain him quite a lot. And he really needs his money right now. Yeah, RadicalCentrist is about 7k more earned this time. And they're both pretty broke right now. But, yeah, forgetting about this armor is actually unfortunate. It could have killed that SD and was on that double war factory, which would be nice. Still going to get it, but he's going to lose a lot more than he needed to because of it. That Vet 2 artillery is still alive. Oh, Moods was up to triple war factory, so this is actually quite dangerous because triple war factory APC is really strong with the crushes if you can get them. I wonder if that Vet 2 will get to Vet 3 or not. If it keeps attack moving, it probably won't. This artillery up here got cleaned up, and Moods is or RadicalCentrist rather is doing the right thing. He's just locust harvesting, just constantly moving these around, probably just only building refs. Yeah, that's definitely what you need to do to get yourself back into this game. He's got plenty of production. No tier 3 for either player, and Moods has been on this 1.5. That's kind of Moods' gimmick, I'd say. He's never been much of a tech player. But yeah, here come the APCs. Although I don't think Moods can really afford it right now. He might actually just sell off one of these war factories until he can get his eco stabilized. But this is all his eco right here. If he can protect this, then it'll be okay, but he's going to have to come back here eventually too. That heavy tank is dead. And RadicalCentrist is gonna miss this unless this tank barely catches it. We'll have to see. Oh, that flame tower actually might give it away. Barely is gonna go outside of its range. That tank is instantly destroyed. There's the SC right there. That's probably a bad placement. I would have placed it right here. This is not gonna be easy to hold, especially since, you know, there's a big army right there. This field's already locust harvested away, like the little defense over there, but yeah, this is where all the action's gonna be in the next 5 minutes, I imagine. He's back to heavy tank. We're gonna have a little rocket battle right there, but Moods is gonna win that because this guy was half health. One more and dead. I like that he has the mechanics mixed in a little bit just to, you know, grab these husks if you want them, or just keep your tanks a little bit healthier. Oh, I don't think RadicalCentrist should engage into that. That's a lot of stuff. It's got a decent angle of attack, and the APCs aren't going for the crush, but yeah, all of his armor's down now, and Moose still has plenty of armor. He doesn't have a whole lot of infantry there, so I guess it was worth it. He's gonna get pushed back here, but it's gonna be very dicey to deal with that. Instead, he's gonna go up to the eco again, which is smart. That'll force Moods to either protect here or try to have to run into this and get out of that range of the vision of your buildings, which is super important. That harvester paying the price for being too overloaded on this refinery. Moods needs to pull these back. That one's definitely gonna die. This one's barely gonna get his last load off before it dies too. Oh, and he sold the ref too. But it is gonna get away. That's a lot of Moods' power right now, so yeah, he's definitely gonna be low power as soon as that goes down. Sells off 2 war factories, so now he'll be okay, but now he's back down to single war factory. His one advantage was gone. RadicalCentrist is back up to tier 2. Ooh, this is gonna be a really good attack. There's not a lot here to defend it, and there's not a whole lot here except for the tier 2 and the refinery, but yeah, there's no infantry presence, no army presence for RadicalCentrist here. Let's see that this last little contingent's gonna get cleaned up there. Oh, here comes the 3 artilleries again. Tier 2 is gonna go down. That's a decent shot. Got 2 of the rockets. Other 2 rockets gonna be dead. There's only 3 left. So the artillery aren't focus firing correctly, and they're all gonna go down to these heavy tanks right here. I mean, even those 3 rockets are actually in danger. Nice target fire with the Blackhawk. Oh, unfortunately it goes down. Missed that last rocket. A little flank over here. Gonna get another harvester. Been a very flanky game, and there's another flank going on right here, so both players definitely hating harvesters this match. Mood's probably gonna get the harvester on the way out. Oh, if that rocket had been on a attack move, it would have got it. Another harvester dead there. Harvester dead here. This army's gonna get cleaned up. 3 heavy tanks are gonna go down there. Not get too much. Moods is gonna kill that refinery there. That's really nice. These heavy tanks are gonna get away, and they'll probably actually clean up another harvester. Like that is repairing his harvester on the SD. That's really smart. You know, just that 50% more health you get if from a full heal is better than letting it naturally heal to half. This time you're gonna find all of the artillery, and oh, the artillery actually barely gonna shoot off. Got both the rockets there, unfortunately, as they're dead, and that MCV is gonna be free. Oh, the artillery actually killing his own units. That sucks there. See another little flank down here, but yeah, RadicalCentrist got enough to clean that up. Might lose, yep, just a few infantry, but no big deal there. Oh, the MCV is gone. Good use of the Blackhawks right there. Gonna lose one? Nope. That's nice. One of the heavy tanks goes down, but looks like he pulled off the harvester at least. These 2 heavy tanks are gonna be more than enough to kill that pillbox and get away. A little flank here. Moods doesn't have a whole lot here. He needs to reestablish here. He's just kind of constantly moving these harvesters around. Blackhawk's poking up those heavy tanks, but not enough to kill him. That harvester's dead, and I think Moods is definitely stalling out here. But I mean, both players are, but looking pretty grim for him here. Combat, RadicalCentrist is about 8k ahead in the army. That's close to that double. Destroyed's looking a lot better for Moods, but I just don't think he can sustain. Yeah, he can't even run that MCV away, just because there's a Blackhawks there. As soon as he goes, yep. Goodbye, Harvester. I think that was Moods' last MCV too, so no SD. Yep, that's pretty much it for him. His last attack here is going to get thwarted by the artillery, as long as his attacks are good, but they're not on the right target. Oh, there we go. That was decent. I don't know what happened to the bounties there. That was weird. They just disappeared. But yeah, that last heavy tank going down. These are Moods' last tanks. He's going to switch to Flax and APCs, but that's not going to be enough. He needs more eco. RadicalCentrist is slowly going to be able to crawl back. He doesn't have to play aggressive at all to win this game. He has to contain Moods into this little corner, and that'll be it. That's a lot of infantry too, especially if these tanks get in front, then this is all going to get cleaned up. Yeah, RadicalCentrist shouldn't be too afraid. He's got 3 or 2 tanks there. That's more than enough to deal with it. And here comes the swarm of Blackhawks, although it looks like some of them are out of ammo, and... oh no. Loses 2 Blackhawks, doesn't matter, cleaned up the army. And I think that's about it for Moods. Gonna lose some Harvesters here, and he can replace them if he wants to build them from his war factory, that's it. Every Harvester he loses is just less eco for him. There's one down, these 2 are gonna get away. Here's something going on somewhere. More eco flakes right here. Yeah, so this was a pretty good game. You know, I think Moods played pretty well. He's stuck on tier 1.5 for too long. I think he really wanted to be on that tank spam. That's just not enough. This tank might get a Harvester back there, but RadicalCentrist should be aware of it. Moods has a random rocket there. Yep, it's actually gonna get the Harvester and then die. Oh, it's actually gonna go away. That's alright. This is gonna be the good game push right here. 2 Harvesters down, about to be a 3rd one. Moods has 3 Flax and an APC to defend against this. That artillery, I think it's just gonna be too much. He's gonna lose Flax too, and yeah, there's Blackhawks in the waiting. Once the Flax are down, these yeah, this is it. This is the final stand. There's the GG. So well played by RadicalCentrist there. That was a really entertaining game. Lots of flanks from both players, really hurting the eco on either side. Armor graph looked pretty decent. Moods was ahead for a little bit, and that was probably just the double war factory, but that tier 2 transition, I think it was around here, and then just some really good army engagements with those artillery really held him up, and then this is right when I think Moods threw that Hail Mary right here, and it just wasn't enough. He lost his TV shortly after that, and that was it. Earnings graph. Yep, RadicalCentrist pretty much ahead the entire game. That makes the most sense since he was able to push Moods off here, and then he claimed here for a little while, but you can see both players having wild dips from where they killed each other's eco a whole lot. The destroy loss was still barely in favor of Moods by 150, and I think he did trade pretty well. A little bit bad Blackhawk usage by RadicalCentrist and like that, but his artillery definitely was the saving grace and kept him so close. So Raggle has started. His, season 14 is finally gone as of recording this video, so this will be very interesting to see how the season goes. There's a lot of good players, a lot of different rules this time with the delay system and how that's going to work, so that'll be interesting. Moods unfortunately not in Raggle, but RadicalCentrist is in Radical. I can't remember if he got promoted to Masters and Minions just through the algorithm. I think it was Minions, so he's going to be really strong there. Not sure if he will win it though. There is some other players I think that got put into Minions that have a decent chance, but RadicalCentrist is definitely a really good player. Probably should be in Masters, especially if he's on point and everything, but we'll have to see how it goes. And until next time, I'll see you again.
Battle control terminated.